All right, y'all, I want y'all to see how y'all tax dollars are still being spent in Prince George's County. We got two cruisers sitting up here, unmarked cruisers sitting up here guarding the dope house and McDonald's, which is closed. Look at them, y'all. They guarding the dope house and they guarding McDonald's. McDonald's is closed from the inside. So and this is the sign that they just put up here, y'all. This sign right here. Look at this sign, y'all. Why would you have to say something when you got your officers sitting their asses right here guarding a $1 billion business and a crack house, y'all? Look here. Crime solver. See something, say something. Why? So they can get paid and not just sit around here and guard a $1 billion business? Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Again, if McDonald's needed security, they can hire their own security. But why hire when we got these welfare recipients right here sitting around doing nothing? Guarding the crack house and a $1 billion business, y'all. They want y'all to do their work for y'all, for them. They want y'all to call when crime is being afoot so they could just sit around and respond to it while they sit here kicking the bobo at a $1 billion business and a crack house. Ain't that some shit? This is what Donald Trump need to bring his crew out here to Prince George's County. The homicide rate is up. The robberies, the murders, the carjackings, all that shit is up out here. And look at them, how they got their berries and cherries on. To scare criminals away. They don't want to lock them up. They want to scare them away. This shit is ridiculous. DT, you need to come out here to PG County. These are the people that you upholding and crying about the crime rate. Look at what these guys are doing. They sitting around doing nothing. And you in DC messing around with people in DC. You need to come out here with your National Guard and your federal boys. I think these are two sergeants. I think that lady in that gray car is a sergeant. This is the corner where the guy got shot and killed. Behind here is we had a couple of shootings, robbery, carjackings. Behind here, but we got them sitting on $1 billion business and a crack house. Okay, the crack house finna close down. They just cut its lights out. But we got the drive-through with the McDonald's still open, the $1 billion business, and we got these two clowns here sitting up here kicking the bobo. Oh, that's a bald-headed man in that gray car. That ain't a woman. He keep looking back here. Law enforcement, there is no more law enforcement, man. They lock people up and then they just let them back out again. The cycle just keeps going on and on and on. What's up? But again, it amazes me how we got a president that pick and chooses what he's gonna put his National Guard and this federal people with. We don't have 4-5 homicides in Prince George's County now that haven't been solved. And we got these guys sitting on the parking lot doing nothing. All right, what's up, man?
What's up,
all right, sitting on $1 billion business called McDonald's doing nothing. And you wanna go talk about DC? Come on, man. DT, get your shit right, man. If you're gonna do something, go across the whole DMV. Cause look what all these guys do. We got 2 unmarked cars sitting here kicking the bobo. Kicking the bobo at $1 billion business doing security work. And the crime rate, we just had a homicide, a shooting right here at this corner at this light. We had some shootings behind this McDonald's in that parking lot. We had some carjacking, but yet and still, where's the National Guard? Where's the federal police out here in Prince George's County? Because these guys ain't doing their job. They waiting for you to call them a crime solvers to help stop crime. Get the fuck out of here. That's why they can't solve no crimes, because they sitting right here. These are 2 unmarked cars sitting here guarding this McDonald's and the crack house. Oh, the crack house don't cut his lights back on. Oh, it's open 24/7. The dope house. We even got the police guarding dope houses now in Prince George's County, y'all. Now, mind you, we got a new county executive and a chief of police. I think on the other time I said he was a black guy. He ain't black. My apology on that. He ain't black. So, but we got a black county executive. Shit's still the same. I don't understand this. Because you taxpayers aren't saying, and this is your tax dollars, where you got 2 individuals sitting up here guarding $1 billion business and a crack house. And this is the same area where there was a homicide when you didn't have no police. And I'm gonna show you where listen, they're hiding out. They're not patrolling. They're hiding out and waiting for you all to call a number or 911 so they can respond to it. Look at them, keep looking back here at me. Clowns in a uniform. But DT, this is where you need to bring your National Guard and your federal police. Bring them across the line into Prince George's County, because these guys here ain't doing shit. Serious. And they make all of them look, all your officers look bad in this county. What's up, man?
What's up, bro?
All right.
What they on out here?
On a free welfare trip, man. Getting that welfare money. That's all they is. And when the citizens see this, how do you think they make them feel? Even the young generation see them, they sitting around doing nothing, picking up a welfare check, doing nothing. All right, there's nobody here. They just got the drive-through open, but we still got 2 unmarked cars sitting here guarding nothing. A drive-through, y'all. And let me tell y'all something. Go back and look at some of my recordings. We contacted the state police about those security guards having these red and blue lights. That should be a criminal act, impersonating police officers, because they should not have these red and blue lights on their vehicles, and they're unmarked, has no logo of what company they work for or anything. At this McDonald's, the same thing is going on. You come down here sometimes and you got guys got guns on their side. You don't know if they're security guards or what. They just dressed in black and got a badge. Anybody can do that. But this right here, these security guards riding around, I don't care if you are a commissioned officer, you should never have these red and blue lights on. And they sanction them to have them on because there's a shortage of law enforcement. These guys can't make it on the real police force. So why are you gonna give them berries and cherries and let them put on their cars? You want me to tell you why? Because the owners of these companies are law enforcement or old law enforcement, and they turning a blind eye to this shit, which should be illegal. If they security, they should put yellow lights on it. They should never have these red and blue lights on them, because you can't tell if they the police or not. And if doing security work, you don't need red and blue lights. Say you securing this parking lot. What the fuck you need red and blue lights on in this little square parking lot? And I've talked to some of the state troopers about that, and I don't know what they're gonna do about it, but I'm telling you, these lights need to come off of these security guard companies' cars, and they should be having logos on their uniforms so the citizens can distinguish if they're real law enforcement officers or if they're security guards. I don't care if they're commissioned officers or not. Special police still should have their names of their companies on there. And when you ask some of these guys, they don't even want to tell you what security company they work for, because from my understanding, talking some of them off the record, half of them ain't qualified to carry that firearm, and some of them getting paid under the table. So that's how corruption is. So this McDonald's here, I think it's a lieutenant or a captain of the Prince George's County Police Department security people here. And I don't know who this is in this black car right here or in that silver car right there. But they should not have them red and buried chairs on unless they the real police. Because right now you can't tell if they the police or not. And then if you go back and look at the thing, he's talking about he's a commissioned officer. So what? You still can't cross certain lines as a commissioned officer. Your job is to just secure and for shoplifters and whatever, say on this McDonald's property. That's it. You're not supposed to leave this property, the boundaries of this property, chasing nobody or whatever, or running nobody's to see if they got warrants or whatever. You're a security guard. I know y'all love to put big names on shit, you know, administrative assistant. You're a secretary. Or I'm a what they call it, the trash collector. I'm a something they say. No, you're a garbage collector. Come on, man. Cause you changed the name of that makes you something bigger? Fuck no, you still a security guard. And you should not have them red and blue lights on, because if I was a police officer, I would be offended by these guys get to ride around with these red and blue lights on. They can't go through the academy. They can't pass the academy. They can't pass the qualifications to be a police officer. But you gonna let them ride around with these berries and cherries on? I would have a problem with that. Well, they act like these clowns here anyway. I think the one in the gray car, he's a police. I think I've seen police on his, but the security guards do the same thing. They got police all over. They're impersonating a police officer, which they're not. They're security guards. Even the special police are still security guards. There's a fine line between a real police officer and a security guard. And if you don't believe me, go Google what the jobs of a security guard and the jobs of a commission and a police officer. They're all different. But again, look how long we've been sitting here guarding the drive-through of McDonald's and the dope house. And I can bet you $100 if I go down to Bank of America, they sitting down there too. Somebody told me that they were out here because they had called about a situation and they never showed up there. They didn't show up because they sitting right here. Look at it. Only cowards put these lights on and keep them running. But when you have corruption, this is how corruption started. I told y'all before Donald Trump got into office again, what he was gonna do. Way before he did, I saw the writing on the wall. Okay, he's talking about making America great again. No, he's destroying this country, and I told people that. But it's sad we only had 2 clowns running for the presidency that were, you know, worthy enough. And 2 lunatics. And you see how that worked out for you? But believe me, history is repeating itself. This man is drawing lines in the sand for the American people. And sooner or later, the American people are gonna get tired and there's gonna be a civil war in this country. I'm telling you. This is my word. I'm telling you what's about to happen. There was a movie, I think it's called Philadelphia. Don't quote me on that, about a police officer, and the man called out the National Guard and the police, and I think they beat his wife while she was trying to get home. And that's what these officers are gonna have to do. They're gonna have to go through that fine line. Are you gonna do what is right, or are you gonna follow corruption? We have a serious problem in this country now, y'all, and it don't got worse. It don't got worse. You ain't even got law enforcement want to go out and do their job. They want to sit around, kick the bobo all night long for their whole shift. And I don't tell y'all, you business owners, you think this is cute, but I'm telling you, McDonald's, Shell, Advance Auto, Popeyes, gas station, they're losing revenue because of what ICE is doing. Nobody wants to come and spend money at these shops but a few people. Look how it is. This parking lot usually be full. Look at it now. Nobody's coming to this place. They're not making the big money like they used to make because you got these clowns sitting on your property with their berries and cherries on. And yeah, ain't nobody respect them. I mean, if you're looking for respect, you're not getting no respect from these guys. Look at the parking lot, y'all. The parking lot is empty. The street is empty. Go back and look at some of my recordings where you see people walking up and down. There's Advance Auto. They're closed right now, but people walk up and down this street all night long. Nobody's out here, and you want to know why? Because ICE is in the area. And people know that. The word has gotten out. And then you got these two clowns sitting up here, you know, coming through here because the drive-thru is open. They're securing a drive-thru for McDonald's, y'all. Making $60,000 a year, you know. And again, I don't know who this is in this black car, but when he drive off, I'm gonna see. But I know that's a cop right there in the silver one. And if they're not, why do they have these berries and cherries on their cars? To guard this little area right here? Come on, man. They got them because there's a captain or a lieutenant in the Prince George's County who is allowing this shit to happen. And it needs to stop, citizens. Look at this shit, y'all. I'm gonna try to get McDonald's and the crack house in the same thing. And we got these two of them just sitting here with their berries and cherries on. Unless you cowards, why you got your emergency lights on? In the state of Maryland, you're not supposed to have those lights on unless you're going to an emergency or you are engaged in some kind of traffic control or whatever. Not doing security work. Come on, man. We need some people who know the law and who will hold people accountable for their actions. We don't want to scare the criminals away. You're supposed to be locking them up. That's what the citizens pay you to do, not scare them away. Look how long we've sitting here. This shit is unreal, y'all. Well, it's not unreal. It's because this is what our country has become. A country full of cowards. Nobody holds people accountable for anything. And this new chief of police for the Prince George's County, And this county executive, once y'all see this, well, y'all seen some of my recording. And citizens, if they don't change this shit, y'all need to think about voting them out of office, changing them, and putting people in there that'll hold people accountable for their action. They got both of these cars running. And my thing is this, I don't know if they're security guards or not, because all I'm looking at is these berries and cherries on, and if they're security guards, they shouldn't have these on their vehicles. Their authority stops at the property line. So tell me, I don't understand. What's the purpose of having these red and blue lights on? You can get the same effect with a yellow light. Oh. All right, somebody just put their car in gear. I heard the gear go in, so let me see if they be moving in a minute. But I want y'all to go back to when I ran into those special police officers from Marlow Heights. Same scenario. You can't tell if these are police officers or not. And if you're new to the country or you're not familiar with the police department, these guys can run up on you at night, some dark alley, and cut their lights on and then be impersonating police officers. I remember some years back, Bladensburg had a Bladensburg police officer riding around in a Prince George's County cruiser, and he got caught. I mean, so what's the difference here? This shit, I mean, I just don't, and then when they come up on you, the security guards, which are special police officers, don't have the name of the company. On their, back in the day, they used to have it on their patches. Now they don't took it off, and now they just walk around, most of them dressed in black and got a badge on them. What the fuck that's supposed to mean? I mean, even the what's her name? The lady with the FBI, the Department of Justice, said that her federal officers have to walk around with their patches on it to announce who they are. Why isn't these guys doing the same thing? Why they get a free card? Go back and look at it. They ain't got no insignias on there. These are security guards. Those are federal. They supposed to be top of the line. They federal. They got patches on theirs. If these are Prince George's County officers, they got patches. So why is it that the security guards ain't got no patches on them? And then you got somebody who regulates these guys aren't going around checking to make sure they doing what they supposed to. Because I'm gonna tell you something right now. This one right here on Eastern Avenue and New Hampshire, there's some shady shit going on with that security company. We got security over there at Popeyes. We got security here at Advanced Auto. I don't understand why McDonald's is getting our security. And if these are security guards, they're in unmarked cars. no insignias on their cars whatsoever. So I don't know what the fuck they are. I'm not walking up onto the property because I don't know what they are. You know. Now tell me this, citizens. What's the difference from McDonald's hiring their own security guard with yellow lights, armed security guards, sitting out here, and the crack house, sitting out here doing the same thing these officers doing? If they police officers, I don't know what they are right now. In that civil car, I think I seen police across his chest, but again, the security guards got police across. They ain't got security guards or special police. They just got police. And that should be illegal too. But we contacted the state troopers who pass out their license and shit. Let's see what they do about that. Because I got a problem with that. I really do. You got, like I said, you got some good officers out there, and you guys should be embarrassed for allowing security guards, even though they're commissioned, to ride around with bears and cherries on, impersonating police officers. They're not police officers, they're security guards. Your tax dollars is getting wasted on this parking lot, y'all. And again, they got a sign. That's a sign they put up the other day. Say something. See something, say something. Get the fuck out of here. We're not the police. Why should we say something when your people just sitting their asses around here doing this? And the only people eat this shit is foreigners. Americans don't hardly come back to McDonald's. They know after seeing all that shit, that food be lasting for a whole year, same shit. Americans don't come and eat that shit no more. They got one where damn, I forget where it was, but you can go look at it on social media. A police officer slammed a teenager, I think it was 15-year-old girl, on the ground for a dip, a penny dip sauce. He slammed on it, and he needed to be terminated and brought up on charges. He didn't even go into the store to ask. He told the girl to come here, and she knew her rights, you know, and she started walking, and he slammed her to the ground. He needs to be terminated. and brought up on charges. But this is what America is coming to. You young generation, y'all got to educate yourselves on your rights and boycott this kind of shit here. If they gonna come and sit at McDonald's, boycott this shit. That's the same thing I tell people about Donald Trump and Elon Musk. Boycott that shit. You'll stop all that National Guard shit and federated car. Rich people don't like you going into their pockets. You can protest, you can do all that shit all day long. They don't mind that shit. But when you start going into their pockets, bringing their investments down, that's the same thing with this McDonald's here. Don't go there. And they think they've been slick by them sitting here, but what they doing is they hurting the business. I guarantee you the revenue for this McDonald's has gone down. Because I talked to the other business owners in here, they're not making the money like they used to because one, the feds are around here and people know I talked to a lot of immigrants who say they don't even come down here no more because they know the feds down here. But if you just like up there when they were sitting up by Rough and Ready and stuff, Rough and Ready didn't want them up there because they messed with their business. The gas station, they didn't want them up there. Like I showed you, the food truck, it moved. They do not like these berries and cherries on their property. They don't mind a security guard with them yellow lights on, but these guys, they don't know if they feds, ICE, or who they are. They're taking your hard-earned money. You go to work every day, and I guarantee you can't go sit up in the lunchroom and look at TV and tell your boss you're doing work. But that's what this is. Instead of them patrolling in them unmarked cars, they sitting here guarding $1 billion business in a crack house. Yeah.
Y es que el cabrón que yo le di a mi tío, yo le dije, buenos días,
But again, state troopers, the Maryland state troopers, we don't know if these police officers, I seen police on one of them, but these are unmarked cars with berries and cherries on them. No insignias on them saying that they're security. If they're security. But I'm thinking that they're Prince George's County police officers. I can't see the tag. They're Maryland tags on them. Again, we don't have nobody here, but we got 2 cars in here. And if this is a security company, why would you need 2 cars in here doing security work? Welfare money. This is welfare money, y'all. Tax-free. Off of you hard-earned working people. This is what they do. We are in Prince George's County. A couple of days ago, a young man lost his life right here on the corner right here. This McDonald's. And we got 2 clowns here. I guess they police, because I don't know. They in unmarked cars with berries and cherries on them. Sitting here kicking the bobo off the taxpayers of Prince George's County. And this is why your taxes are so high in Prince George's County. Because you're paying these guys salaries to sit around here, do nothing. And this better not be a white shirt in this black car right here. That's most white shirts usually ride around here. What's up, man? All right. Why do you have to go to work every day, clock in, work hard, and you allow these welfare recipients to clock in and then come and sit down at $1 billion business guarding a drive-through? Come on, man. Come on. This country done went down the tubes, man. What's up, man? This money right here could be spent better on other things. And if these security guards, McDonald's, y'all getting ripped off. You got 2 of them sitting here. You gonna make it?
Thank you, bro.
Yeah, you gonna make it, man. How you doing?
How you doing?
All right.
Keep everything cool. Keep everything cool.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out why these welfare recipients sitting here making it almost $100,000 each off the taxpayers.
Well, they got so many enforcements now they don't need to work.
Yeah, well,
Right?
that's what they get now. Hey, when you could give them taking the taxpayers' money, making them do the 20th century slaves now, and working them hard. Hey, what's the use of pay them to do nothing? It's crazy, man. It's a different world now. Different world now, yeah.
Thank you, man.
All right, now have a good one, man. Be safe out there. All right. Damn, that bus say $2.25 or $2.40. That Metro bus. Shit. You taxpayers in Prince George's County, let me tell y'all something. Just like I try to tell the people in D.C., we saw the writing on the wall. They didn't want to get up and start making changes in D.C., and you see what happened. Donald Trump used that against them and brought in the federal government. And he's well within his rights. You should have had your police chief, your mayor, doing what he's doing, enforcing the law and not slapping, people on the. That's all Donald Trump is doing right now, is enforcing the laws that are on the books. The same thing with you people in Prince George's County. These people aren't enforcing no laws. They're sitting around here guarding big business. And you're going to get the same thing Washington, D.C. getting because of these guys here sitting around doing nothing. Watch what I tell you. You can't tell me that the homicide rate is not up in PG County. I've been over here for the beginning of this year, and I don't saw 4 homicides in your county, and just in a little small general area. And as I showed you today, you got homicide detectives walking around trying to find camera footage. If they were doing their job and not sitting around here like these guys do, patrolling, and stop putting up fucking signs that ain't nobody give a fuck about. Ain't nobody calling no 911 when they see these guys sit around here doing this. Chief, county executive, when are y'all gonna get that through y'all thick skull? Nobody's gonna call somebody who's sitting in a parking lot with some berries and cherries on, thinking they gonna help them. Get the fuck out of here. And then when you call them, 9 times out of 10, they don't even show up. From what some of the citizens tell me, they call 911 and they don't even see any police present. I tell you, there's a grocery store. I just went and put cameras on her store for her the other day. She called the police. The police people told her they couldn't come because of the weather. What kind of shit is that? They can't come because they doing this right here, sitting around doing nothing. Most running red lights, but these niggas sitting here on the parking lot doing nothing. And they make other officers who want to do their jobs, who got hired as law enforcement people, look bad because these clowns. And the first thing, they supervisor told them, then you need to fire the supervisor who allowed this to come out, chief, county executive, and fire that so-called special group that gives y'all this kind of statue or whatever. Get the fuck out of here. All these guys do now, the majority of them, I'm not gonna say all of them, the majority of them are hiding out, waiting for you to call 911. And then they come in force. They ain't coming one-on-one because they cowards. Look at the feds the other day for the homeless man. How many federal officers was out there? And then after he got arrested, after DC arrested him, they stood around waiting for the transport to come. And you taxpayers are paying for that shit. Federal officers get a welfare check just like these clowns do. You had over 8, 9 federal officers standing around waiting for a transport in Washington, D.C. when they could have got in their cars and went somewhere else, and 2 police officers from D.C. could have waited for the transport or transported the guy to 2D. But they're cowards. They're a gang. A gang. That's what they are. They're not gonna do nothing. Like a pack of wolves. When shit kick off, you got 100 of them coming, and then when you call 911, they say, due to the call rate of 911, you got to put you on hold and shit. Get the fuck out of here. When does 911 become a holding stage? Put you on a holding stage. Watching the other day, you got what, 5 or 6 officers in one car. Shit, we know we got enough vehicles. Why we need 5 or 6 officers in one vehicle? But again, that silver car right there, it said police on it. I don't know if they Prince George's County Police or what they are, but I do know this. From my understanding and talking to the state troopers, These unmarked cars supposed to have logos on them. They should not be riding around here with these unmarked cars, especially on the public street. My thing is this: if these are security guards, these cars should never leave this parking lot. Because who's to say, one of these guys could be deranged, or rapist, or a lunatic, and get behind a female and light her up on a dark road, and she thinking it's a police car, and it's just a security guard. Come on, man. Okay, we got one backing out. He gonna probably go out the other way. Let's see what he gonna do. This is 7G 82599. It is a Prince George's County officer. So that's a Prince George's County officer. 2. So now she's leaving, but he's sitting here. Ain't this some shit? Look at her riding down the street with her cherries and berries still riding, flashing. Get the fuck out of here, man. They ain't got nerve talking about it was a woman. I thought it was a dude. And then we still got him sitting here doing security work off you taxpayers of Prince George's County. It's almost 12 o'clock, so shift finna change. That's why she's leaving. So these are Prince George's County people, taxpayers. This shit, I mean, what gets me about this whole scenario, Donald Trump, is that if you're gonna sweep through Washington D.C., you might as well sweep all the way across, because this the same shit going on here. Same thing, carjacking, murders, robberies, and all they doing is sitting around doing this. All right now. Yo. This is all they doing. Look at the lights are even going out in this motherfucker. He's still sitting here. This shit crazy. Okay, and that was a PG County officer. So that means this got to be a PG County officer. How you doing, young lady? This is 5EMO191. He won't put his thing down, so I'm pretty sure he's a lieutenant or something. Look at him. Fucking cowards, man. Okay, they leaving now because it's shift change. Unbelievable. Y'all stand by, more to come.